And welcome back to the Integrated Media Center here on the campus of Geneva College. I'm Chris Matthews, the Sports Information Director here. Today we are joined by the Men's Geneva Student Athlete of the Week, James Mincone, senior on the men's soccer team. You're coming off a pretty good week. You won at Waynesburg, double OT, where you scored the game winner, won at Westminster in double overtime. So very exciting week for you guys. We appreciate you stopping by for just a minute. Tell us how you ended up picking Geneva College.
Like normal, I've been going through their college search, researching, visiting, and for the most part, I got my criteria down to three main points. I was really looking for a Division III soccer program that I could play in, one with a civil engineering degree, and one that had a Christ-centered atmosphere, so I could build my faith as well as build my athletics and my degree for the future. And just through that process, I knew being from Long Island, I'd have to go far away from home no matter where I went, since there's no real local schools. And it was actually a real late decision. I applied early to Geneva, but then my mom was like, hey, you should just go take a visit. So it was like April, where the decision is in May. So April, my senior year, just went out and met with Coach Dunda. And when I was here, it was the first time I was on a campus, and I could say to myself, I could see myself living here for the next 4 years. So after that, it wasn't like a clear, concise hearing from anywhere, but I just went with it. I was very happy with my decision now, looking back.
So East Northport is a suburb of like New York City, kind of?
It's about 30 miles east of New York City.
So you're talking
we get the traffic.
6, 7, 8 hour drive home?
Oh, yeah. Right? I could do it in 7 if I timed the traffic right.
I gotcha.
Last year I made it home in 14 hours with a snowstorm, so that was not pleasant.
All right, so let's go back a week. You guys coming off of a pretty disappointing loss to W&J. You got 2 tough road matches coming up. You got to get a result in at least one of them. What's Coach telling you coming off that match at W&J? What are you thinking as you go into the week?
Yeah, coming off the W&J loss, it was definitely a heartbreak. Senior night, last guaranteed home game. We were all pumped going into it, and it just really came down to that first half. We had a lapse in our effort and how we played for about a 15-minute period, and we definitely learned our lesson that when you shut off for 15 minutes, no matter who you're playing in this conference, they will capitalize and score goals. So it was a heartbreaker. It was tough since we had all those things going for us. We were came off a couple wins before that, so we were excited, and it really, if anything, it humbled us in that moment. And looking forward, we still knew who we were. We knew we were a hard-working team. We just had to make sure we stayed consistent throughout the game, and that was kind of what we were focusing on for the next and final week of the season, trying to play the whole 90 minutes, which happened to go 90 plus, 100, 110. But we were able to stay focused, and our defense really stepped up, and we were really focusing on our defense to translate into our offense, and it played out well.
So spin forward to the Waynesburg game. You're there. You fall down early. Not really the recipe you want to follow on the road. Zach ties it up with a free kick, because he's done it a couple of times this year. You guys head to overtime. What do you remember about the sequence you scored your goal?
It was. I remember snippets. It went fast. It was definitely one of the greatest experiences I've had here at Geneva on the soccer team. I remember, I think there were 5 minutes left to go in the second overtime, and the ball was coming after another corner. So I was like, I'm just going to shoot this one. So I shot it, and the goalie made a nice save, and I was like, oh, that was my chance.
It looked like it was headed to net.
We have 5 minutes, whatever it was. You had to keep on working, because I really did not want to end in a tie. I wanted to get that win just to seal our deal into playoffs. And so we got another corner kick. I remember it bounced around, went out. Cole went out there, played it back in, and I think it was just reaction at that point. It kind of came to me, and I just put the ball on frame, because when it's wide, you're not going to score. So putting it on frame is the best solution. And I saw they deflected off the keeper, went in, and from there it was a very surreal experience.
Yeah, because I think you scored against Wittenberg earlier this year. Was that your first goal?
That was my first goal,
Geneva, which ended up being a game winner.
Yeah.
This was even more of an exciting game winner.
Definitely.
So probably one you'll remember for a little while.
Oh, yeah.
So then 3 days later, you head to Westminster. They're 6-0-1 in the conference. Really potent offense. What's your mindset? You're qualified for the playoffs at that point, but you can improve your seeding, get a home match if you win. Kind of what's your thoughts, especially as a defender having to go up against a pretty powerful front line like they've got?
Yes, Westminster is definitely a very good team this year. And going into it, I try not to look at the standings and the stats. I really did not want that to play into how I physically played. I just wanted to go out there and play strong, play with passion, and see what happens. And I had a good feeling about it. I knew the team was excited, wanted to keep our winning streak going into playoffs. It's nice to have that just momentum. So going into Westminster, they haven't been beaten yet, and it's at their field with their senior night. And in the huddle, we're like, "Hey, remember our senior night? It was not a good feeling." So, not to play for that, but it was always it was good to get that little extra motivation and beat them on their senior night at their place. And that was a very exciting game as well.
Yeah, another double OT game. So then the way the seedings work, they come right back here, and you face them 3 days later in a playoff match. So can you learn anything from that first match? You think they're completely separate, or kind of?
Well, we'll definitely learn from that. Even these past 2 practices we've had, we've been learning about watching film and how we've played, how they've played, because both of us have good coaches that know how to coach, and obviously there's going to be changes that are made, but overall we know how they play, and we're excited to play them again. It's definitely be a challenge. It's not going to be easy. Just because we won the first one does not mean we're going to be guaranteed the second. So their top 3, 4 players are very dangerous.
Yeah.
So we're focusing on just staying tight in our defensive shape, being smart with the ball, and limiting the amount of possessions they have with it. And keeping the ball to our team so that we have more chances.
I gotcha. All right, switching gears just a little bit. You're a senior. You're on pace to graduate. Not that we want to rush through your final season here, but have you thought about what's ahead after graduation? You go back home, stay in the area, go more schooling?
I have this past semester. I got engaged to my fiance,
my
current fiance. So that's an exciting big step.
Somebody here at Geneva,
yes,
back home?
Here at Geneva. She's a biomedical engineering major.
Okay.
So we met through school.
Nice.
And so she has to go to grad school.
Okay.
So most likely I will not be going back home, but I've been away for 4 years now, so I'm kind of comfortable with that. So I don't have any set plans. I had a nice internship back home this past summer, and they will be more than willing to give me a reference. So I'm going to begin applying pretty soon to companies.
I gotcha.
And I'm excited. Right now it's still up in the air. It's a
Yeah.
lot of trusting and
a lot of praying.
But
see where things go.
It's an exciting time.
All right, good. All right, Final Four time. 4 quick questions. First thing comes to mind. You play any other sports in high school growing up besides soccer? What did you play?
Baseball and basketball.
Baseball and basketball. All right. Your younger sister Olivia plays on the women's soccer team, right? Freshman. She's pretty much started, kind of like you. Are there any other Mincones in the pipeline that are coming to Geneva to play soccer? Or maybe I should just say, are there any more coming up?
There are 2 more younger than Olivia. There's potential. My sister Rachel, she is in 10th grade now.
Okay.
She has a couple more years. She's a very good athlete. Plays soccer and basketball, and she played volleyball in high school too. But I think she is best at soccer and basketball. So I think she could be a dual athlete. She's very athletic, fast. And then I have a younger brother after that.
Nice.
Got a couple more years after that, but he plays basketball, baseball, and soccer as well. So he definitely has the athletic genes, and whatever he pursues will.
Keep an eye out for more Mincones coming this way, maybe. All right, 8 a.m. or night class. If you had to have one of them, which would you prefer, an 8 a.m. or night class?
Freshman year, sophomore year, I choose the 8 a.m.
Yeah.
Get it done. Now, junior year, senior year, I choose the night class.
All right, and lastly, do you have a favorite food station at Alex's? One you're always like, okay, this one's pretty reliable.
I like make my own stir fry.
Oh, the stir fry.
I like having my options and put whatever I want in it. Different seasonings.
Gotcha. All right.
Foods, so.
All right. Well, again, congrats on a fun last week. Pretty exciting wins. Let's hope we can carry that forward.
Yeah.
Tomorrow and Saturday would be nice to finish off with the PAC championship. So, again, we appreciate you stopping by here for just a minute, James.
Thank you very much.
All right. Well, that will do it for this edition of the Student Athlete of the Week. I'm Chris Matthews, joined today by James Mincone. Until next time, storm on.